Bhagavad Gita as it is, Chapter 2, Text 56. Dhukkeshvanudvignamanaha Sukesho vigata sprahaha Vitaraga bhaya krodaha Stitadhir muniruchyate. Synonyms: Dukkeshu, in the threefold miseries. Anudvignamanaha, without being agitated in mind. Sukeshu, in happiness. Vigata spruhaha, without being too interested. Vita, free from. Raga, attachment. Bhaya, fear. Krodaha, anger. Stitadihi, one who is steady. Munihi, sage. Uchyate, is called. Translation: one who is not disturbed in spite of the threefold miseries, who is not elated when there is happiness, and who is free from attachment, fear, and anger is called a sage of steady mind. Purport: the word Muni means one who can agitate his mind in various ways for mental speculation without coming to a factual conclusion. It is said that every Muni has a different angle of vision, and unless a Muni differs from other Munis, he cannot be called a Muni in the strict sense of the term. Nasau Muniryasya matam na binnam. But a Stitadhi Muni, as mentioned herein by the Lord, is different from an ordinary Muni. The Stitadhi Muni is always in Krishna consciousness, for he has exhausted all his business of creative speculation. He has surpassed the stage of mental speculations and has come to the conclusion that Lord Shri Krishna or Vasudeva is everything. He is called a Muni fixed in mind. Such a fully Krishna-conscious person is not at all disturbed by the onslaughts of the threefold miseries, for he accepts all miseries as the mercy of the Lord, thinking himself only worthy of more trouble due to his past misdeeds. And he sees that his miseries by the grace of the Lord are minimized to the lowest. Similarly, when he is happy, he gives credit to the Lord, thinking himself unworthy of the happiness. He realizes that it is due only to the Lord's grace that he is in such a comfortable condition and able to render better service to the Lord. And for the service of the Lord, he is always daring and active and is not influenced by attachment or aversion. Attachment means accepting things for one's own sense gratification, and detachment is the absence of such sensual attachment. But one fixed in Krishna consciousness has neither attachment nor detachment because his life is dedicated in the service of the Lord. Consequently, he is not at all angry even when his attempts are unsuccessful. A Krishna-conscious person is always steady in his determination. Text 57. Yaha sarvatra nabhisnehas tat prapya shubhashubham nabhinandati nadveshti tasya prajna pratishtita. Synonyms: Yaha, one who. Sarvatra, everywhere. Anabhisnehaha, without affection. Tat, that. Tat, that. Prapya, achieving. Shubha, good. Ashubham, evil. Na, never. Abhinandati, praise. Na, never. Dveshti, envies. Tasya, his. Prajna, perfect knowledge. Pratishtita, fixed. Translation: He who is without attachment, who does not rejoice when he obtains good, nor lament when he obtains evil, is firmly fixed in perfect knowledge. Purport. There is always some upheaval in the material world which may be good or evil. One who is not agitated by such material upheavals, who is unaffected by good and evil, is to be understood to be fixed in Krishna consciousness. As long as one is in the material world, there is always the possibility of good and evil because this world is full of duality. But one who is fixed in Krishna consciousness is not affected by good and evil because he is simply concerned with Krishna, who is all good absolute. Such consciousness in Krishna situates one in a perfect transcendental position called technically Samadhi. Text 58. Yada samharate chayam kurmonganiva sarvashaha indriyanindriyartebhyas tasya prajna pratishtita. Synonyms. Yada, when. Samharate, winds up. Cha, also. Ayam, all these. Kurmaha, tortoise. Angani, limbs. Iva, like. Sarvashaha, altogether. Indriyani, senses. Indriya artebhyaha, from the sense objects. Tasya, his. Prajna, consciousness. Pratishtita, fixed up. Translation. One who is able to withdraw his senses from sense objects as the tortoise draws his limbs within the shell is to be understood as truly situated in knowledge. Purport. The test of a yogi, devotee, or self-realized soul is that he is able to control the senses according to his plan. Most people, however, are servants of the senses and are thus directed by the dictation of the senses. That is the answer to the question as to how the yogi is situated. The senses are compared to venomous serpents. They want to act very loosely and without restriction. The yogi or the devotee must be very strong to control the serpents like a snake charmer. He never allows them to act independently. There are many injunctions in the revealed scriptures. Some of them are do nots and some of them are do's. Unless one is able to follow the do's and the do nots, restricting oneself from sense enjoyment, it is not possible to be firmly fixed in Krishna consciousness. The best example set herein is the tortoise. The tortoise can at any moment wind up his senses and exhibit them again at any time for particular purposes. Similarly, the senses of the Krishna conscious persons are used only for some particular purpose in the service of the Lord and are withdrawn otherwise. Keeping the senses always in the service of the Lord is the example set by the analogy of the tortoise who keeps the senses within.